Hi and welcome to this class. Thank you so much for joining. This is going to be a 25-minute recovery yoga, perfect for when you're holding tension or sore or achy. When you're ready, roll out your mat. We'll get started in a nice sukhasana position. Cross the legs, elongate from the crown of the spine, and bring your focus and awareness inwards. Feel free to place the backs of your hands onto your knees, palms facing upwards. Close down your eyes, and we'll open the class with 3 nice deep inhales and exhales. And on your next exhale, take one hand, place it on your lower stomach, and the opposite hand to place it on your heart or your chest center, whichever side is more comfortable. And continue with those deep breaths, connecting the external feel here internally and connecting the mind to the body. Also take a moment to set a nice intention for yourself, whether that be something you want to achieve within this class or an intention for the week. And we'll take one more inhale together and exhale. Gently release your hands from your chest and your stomach. Replace them on the tops of your knees. Give yourself a nice wiggle. Check you're not holding any tension. And start to turn your head right. Come back to the center and over to the left. In your own time, repeat these movements, just twisting your neck left and right, inviting some mobility into the neck and the spine. Come back through the center, and this time tilt the head back slightly, sending the gaze upwards. Come back through the center and tuck the chin to the chest. Send it down. Inhale, send your gaze up to the sky. And exhale, come through the center, tuck the chin to the chest. Really notice stretching into the back of those neck muscles and opening the chest when you lift the gaze. While we inhale, come back through center. Send your right ear down to your right shoulder. Curve your chin to your chest and over to the left, creating some half head rolls. Once you get to the left side, feel free to go back through the center, once again tucking chin to the chest and over to the right. Continue 2 to 3 of these. And in your own time, you can add a full head roll depending on your range of motion and whether it's comfortable. Last time here, sending our neck all the way around, and once we've come back to the center, keep your chin tucked to your chest with your head down. Inhale to lift your arms up and overhead, interlacing your fingers and then placing them on the back of your head, just adding a bit of extra weight to stretch deeper into those back neck muscles. Release the fingers on an exhale now. Replant the backs of the hands onto the knees. Lift up tall from the spine, crown of the head extended. Inhale to sweep the arms down to come up, and exhale to twist over your right shoulder. Inhale as you stretch the spine. Exhale as you twist. Coming back to the center, the arms reach up and overhead and over to the other side. Inhale to bring you back to center. Sweep your arms down to come up once again. Exhale to plant your right forearm onto the mat. Sweep your left arm up and over for a side body stretch. Inhale to come back through center, over to the other side. Plant the left forearm down, right arm up and overhead. Exhale, back up. Sweep your arms up and overhead once more. We're going to repeat. Right arm comes down, left arm comes over. Inhale to turn the body down towards the mat. Walk yourself through the center and over to the left. Staying here in a side stretch and then back up through center. Shake out the hands now. Again, release any tension. Roll the shoulders back. Check in with the breath. As you reset, take a nice big inhale to release the legs out in front of you. Scooch about halfway down your mat. Nice long tall spine, rolling the shoulders back. We're going to really engage the core here as we peel down vertebrae by vertebrae to bring your back flat to the mat. Readjust here wherever you need. Once you come down to the mat, bring the heels closer into the glutes. Make sure the lower back is imprinted into the ground. Inhale to stretch your arms up by your ears. Release the legs out long in front of you, and exhale to walk the arms and the legs over to the left side, keeping the center of your body in the middle, creating a banana shape, stretching deeper into the side body. Come back through the center once again and inhale over to the right. Feel that stretch all through the left side body. Exhale, we readjust, bring our body back into the center. The legs are out long. We're going to start by tilting our pelvis forward, which is going to lift that lower back. As you exhale, curve and round, flattening the lower back onto the mat. Inhale as you tilt it forward, and exhale to curve, and feeling as the lower abs engage. As you find a nice steady rhythm, repeat this 2 to 3 more times. Tilting and tucking the pelvic floor. On your next inhale, bring your pelvis now to a nice neutral stance, flattening the lower back into the ground once more, releasing your arms down by your side and just giving a nice rock of the hips, waking everything up again. And exhale to kick your knees one by one into the chest, hugging onto them and rocking side to side. Softly planting your left foot down to the mat with a bend in the knee, keeping the right knee hugged in. As you exhale, begin to extend that right leg to the ceiling, pointing through the toes. Inhale as you flex through the foot, lower the leg to the mat, hovering about 1 inch off the mat before exhaling, bending the knee into the chest and extending. Repeat as you flex the foot lower to the mat. Inhale to bend into the chest and extend. Repeat this 4 more times, aiming to straighten through the leg a little bit more every time. And on this last one, as you inhale, kick the knee up into the chest. Exhale, extend, lifting the shoulders off, interlacing the fingers behind the right leg. Extend the left leg in front of you and hover 1 inch off the mat, holding here and squeezing the core before exhaling, hugging both knees in and swapping over to the other side. Right foot comes onto the mat, left knee comes in, and exhale to extend. Inhale as you flex the foot and lower. Exhale to bring the knee in and extend. Moving through 4 more. And on this last one, getting ready once again to engage the core as you extend the leg to the ceiling, lift off the shoulders, interlace the fingers behind the leg. We're extending the right leg as well. This time we're going to swap over, pulling the right leg in, extending the left, and swap. Scissor kicking the legs. Last one. Bringing the right leg now up to meet the left, pointing both toes to the ceiling, relax the head down. Inhale as you open the legs slightly, lowering them down to the mat. As they join together, they lift once again. Keeping the legs together, lower the feet to the mat. Once you get to the bottom, open the legs, sweep them up and around. This time open at the top, lower, bring them together, open and around. Last one, just to confuse you, before hugging the knees back into the chest, taking a happy baby and rocking side to side. Checking in with our breath here. Nice deep inhales through the nose. Exhale, hug the knees back in once again, taking a figure 4 stretch. Flex the right foot, sit it on top of the left thigh and pull the shin into the body, stretching deeply into the glutes. Option if you want to extend that left leg to slightly intensify that stretch, and then rest it back down. Gently release the stretch, shake it out and move over to the other side. As you flex into the left foot, sit it nice on top of the right thigh, hugging the right leg in and relaxing the head back down onto the mat. Take your last few seconds in this stretch before gently releasing to bring the knees into the chest and begin to rock forward and back, building up some momentum and rocking the length of your spine up the mat to come up to seated when you are ready. We're going to meet in a nice seated position. Scooch about halfway down your mat. Your legs are out long in front of you. As you bend the left knee in, place the left sole of the foot onto the inside of the right leg. Inhale as you reach your arms up and overhead, and exhale to fold over your right leg. Feeling the stretch into your hamstring as you wake up the backs of your legs. Inhale to peel up once again, reaching your arms up and overhead, and exhale, repeat this stretch back down over the right leg. On an inhale, come back up, place your left hand behind you, use that to lift your hips up to the sky, reaching your right arm behind and sending your gaze back. Gently allow your hips to come back to the mat, swap your legs over, kick both legs out in front of you as you shake them out before bending the right knee in and extending the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold. Your next inhale brings you to peel back up to a seated position. Reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale it out and fold over the leg. Peeling back up once again, this time planting the right hand behind you, using that to lift the glutes, lifting the hips, stretch the left arm back behind you, and exhale, bring it back down. With control, finding your glutes back on the mat, shaking your legs out in front of you, planting your palms now underneath your shoulders, lifting your hips, sending the gaze back, taking a reverse plank. Enjoy that stretch through the shoulders, and then exhale, gently bring your glutes back to meet the mat. Cross your legs in before rolling over onto all fours, coming into a tabletop position. Readjust where you need to, and on an inhale, move through cat-cow as you drop the belly, open the gaze, open the chest, and exhale to curve the spine, tucking the chin to the chest. I'm going to move through 3 cat-cows here in your own time. On your next exhale, come back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes and walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale to find a forward fold. Exhale to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, meeting in a standing position. And inhale to sweep the arms down to come up, slight bend in the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale at the bottom, roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, keeping a generous bend in the knees. And sweep the arms up and overhead once again. Exhale to forward fold here. Inhale, fingertips come to the shins, this time for a halfway lift. Exhale, release, plant the palms on the mat and walk yourself forward to a plank position. Readjust in plank, rock forward and back, introducing some ankle mobility. And then exhale, walk your hands back to your feet, gently roll up to standing. Walking through some roll downs and walkouts here. As you inhale, tuck the chin to the chest, roll all the way down, plant the palms, walk it out to plank. Exhale, walk your hands back to your feet and roll up to standing. Repeating these 2 more times, tuck in the chin to the chest, walk out to your high plank. Inhale, hands come back to the feet. Gently roll up through the spine, and exhale, curve the chin and roll back down. This time, once we reach a high plank, really engage your core and then release the hips high to the sky, taking a downward facing dog. Really enjoy a moment in downward dog here, pedaling out the heels, swaying the hips side to side and doing whatever feels nice for your body. Bringing ourselves back to a still downward dog, come onto your forearms now, taking a dolphin pike, and then as you inhale, readjust where you need, shift your weight forward, coming into a forearm plank as we lower the hips, and then on the exhale, we're going to pike the hips using our core back to a pike. Inhale to shift forward, forearm plank, exhale to lift and pike the hips. Repeat 2 more times. Next time you exhale into that forearm plank, come up onto your hands, take on a high plank. Inhale to release the right leg, kick the knee up into the nose, and then relax the leg down, bringing the shin parallel to the mat, coming into a pigeon pose. Option to relax down onto your forearms or stay seated upright, whichever is most comfortable in this stretch. On your next inhale, plant your palms back into the mat, tuck your back toes, release your right leg all the way up, take a three-legged dog. Point the toes to the ceiling. Exhale for downward dog. A brief moment in downward dog before we come back into our pike position. Gently replacing your forearms down to the mat, hips are still high. Engage your core, inhale as you lower the hips, take a forearm plank, and exhale to release, send the hips high. Repeat this 3 times, really strengthening the core, stretching into the shoulders. Coming into our final forearm plank. To lift up to high plank, plant the palms into the mat, lift the left leg off, bring it up, knee kisses nose. Place the left shin parallel to the top of the mat, take a pigeon pose. Inhale to bring us gently back out of pigeon pose, replant the palms, tuck the back toes and lift off that knee to allow us to release the left leg back all the way to a three-legged dog. Exhale for downward dog. Pedal out the heels for a brief moment before sending your gaze to the top of the mat. Step the right foot up to the outside of the mat and then step the left foot up. Toes are slightly pointed outwards and we lower the glutes all the way down to a malasana pose. Hands joined together in prayer, breathing into that deep hip stretch. We release our hands from prayer now, plant them down onto the ground, push through the heels, send the hips high, take a forward fold. Take hold of the elbows and sway side to side. Exhale, releasing the lower back. And on an inhale, plant your palms back down onto the mat, heel toe your feet together. Send your weight into your heels. You sweep your arms up and overhead. Send your glutes down. Take Utkatasana chair pose. Sinking 1 inch lower into that pose. Bring your hands together in prayer and exhale, forward fold. Pedal out the legs, using your breath. And inhale, we're going to come back up through that chair pose, sweep the arms up and overhead, sink down 1 inch more. Exhale to release, come up to standing. Nice big stretch, take a mountain pose. Inhale, sweep your arms down to come up, bend into the knees, gaze slightly lifts. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the palms, hop or step back to your plank position. Taking a vinyasa here, coming through your chaturanga. We'll meet in an upward dog. And exhale, send the hips high, take a downward facing dog. Inhale as you ground both heels down into the mat. Upper body ripples forward, take a high plank. Right leg lifts off, knee kisses into nose, and then you're replacing that right leg back down for a pigeon pose. Option to stay in pigeon, or we may add on from the previous variation, coming into king pigeon. Bending the back knee, hooking the foot into the elbow, and for a further challenge, send the right fingertips back to interlace with the left, if this feels good for you. Gently unwinding from whichever variation you are in, replanting the palms, tucking the back toes, and taking a three-legged dog. Hovering the leg in three-legged dog here, bend the knee, and just allow yourself to really open that hip. Take some ankle circles if it's comfortable. Exhale to re-stretch that leg, come back to a three-legged dog. Pedal out the heels, sigh your breath out through the mouth. Send your gaze forward. We're going to ripple our body into high plank once again. Take a vinyasa. Come down through your chaturanga, into our up dog, and nice exhale takes us to downward facing dog. Both heels meet the mat in downward dog as we ripple our body forward to high plank. Repeating the series on the other side, left knee kisses nose before we plant that left shin parallel to the top of the mat and take our version of a pigeon pose. One variation is staying in our original pigeon pose, or if you did king pigeon on the other side, go ahead and kick the foot up into the elbow, elongating the spine. Exhale to gently release. Bring both hands around to the top of the mat, plant the palms, tuck the toes, left leg reaches high, three-legged dog. Hovering that knee in the air, opening the hip and taking your ankle circles. Inhale to re-straighten that leg. Exhale for downward dog. Inhale to step the right foot up to the outside of the mat now. Repeat with the left leg. Come back into our malasana pose, hands joined together in prayer. Take a moment to notice that your hips might feel more open. Now is the second time we come into this. Plant the palms, heel toe the feet together, come into a forward fold. Inhale to sweep the arms down to come up, and exhale, take a chair pose. Bring the hands together in prayer here, either staying in chair pose or moving through alternating heel lifts. Lifting the right heel, placing it back down, and lifting the left, alternating here, before releasing to our forward fold. Inhale, fingertips come to the shins for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the palms onto the mat, step one foot back and then the other. Inhale and high plank, and exhale, take a child's pose. Relax back onto your heels, melt the forehead down. Allow the breathing to come back to its steady rhythm. Inhale to bring yourself back up onto your glutes. Swing your legs around in front of you. Come about halfway down your mat as you prepare to roll down to bring your back flat to the mat. Rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae using your core. Kick your knees into your chest and rock side to side, releasing that lower back. Relaxing your jaw and your neck muscles. Left leg extends out long as your right knee comes into the chest and twists over to the left side body. Send your gaze over your right shoulder for that spinal twist. Hugging the knees back in through center to swap it over. Stretch your right leg out long, hug the left knee in and peel it over to the right side body as your gaze falls over your left shoulder. Peeling ourselves back into the center now. Hug your knees in one last time. Lift your shoulders off. Kiss your forehead to your knees. And then relax everything down. Go ahead and extend your legs out long. Relax your hands down by your sides. Coming into a moment in our shavasana pose to close down our practice. I invite you to stay in shavasana for a couple of more moments if you do have the time and wish to add a bit of meditation to the end of your practice. Or if you'd like to finish the practice together, go ahead and roll up to a seated position. Plant the soles of your feet onto the mat, plant your palms down just under your shoulders and lift your hips up high, taking that reverse bridge position. Relax it back down, cross your legs in front of you. We'll meet back in our Sukhasana position. Shake it everything out, roll the shoulders back a couple of times, release any tension. Swing your arms out in front of you, interlace your fingers, push your palms away, curve through your spine, stretch through the back. As you lift your arms up, release them and repeat behind you. So interlace your fingers behind you, open your chest, really indulge in that final stretch. And one last shake out before we sweep our arms down to come up on an inhale. Join your hands together in prayer and bring them to sit in front of the heart center. As we close down the practice, take a moment to check in with the intention that you may have set at the beginning of class. And as we bow our heads, bring our thumbs to our third eye to say namaste. Thank you once again so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed. Please feel free to leave any feedback, and my classes will be out weekly, so I hope to practice with you again. Thank you.